Hello, my name is John Crever and I'm a musician. About 15 years ago, I was a school music teacher in Newark, New Jersey, and I met Greg Holtz there as he came on board with our staff as a drama teacher. Before I even shook his hand, I saw him coming down the hallway and I saw the way the other students all revered him as Brother Greg, the drama guy, knowing him from all the many artist residencies he'd been doing in the region as a drama teacher. Every morning I would see him come in, many mornings a week. He'd come rushing into the room real quick, about 7:30 or so after his commute, ready to go and write down an idea which happened. I recognize that bathroom run very well. As an artist myself, I oftentimes am running to the place where I record my artistic thoughts. During that time, Greg and I collaborated on a few elementary school programs. And ever since then, I've been looking for a chance to find an opportunity for him and I to collaborate again. He also shared during that time many of his writings as he was working with real life theater. He would share little bits that he was working on. And as an artist, that's really hard to do. And I really appreciate Greg doing that, not just deep into our relationship together, he and I, but also it gave me a lot of courage to share my own works as well, more publicly, which I guard pretty tightly. I have to admit, though, during those years, as a school teacher and a young father of 3, living 60 miles in the complete opposite direction, I didn't make it to any of the real life ministry theater productions for matters of complication. Fast forward 15 years, COVID hits, Greg and I are chatting, and he's telling me about this group that he has online, and he invites me to the Saturday meetup he's having with the real life ministry theaters. And I go there completely not knowing what to expect. In fact, it was the Black History Month show. And he and I had collaborated on other Black History Month shows. We've handled some similar content together before, and I was excited. I thought I was going to a show. Instead, I was going to a sharing session, and I wasn't prepared. I didn't bring anything. So I sat quietly in the back as he went around to every single person in the room. Whew. Wow. I was so moved. I felt like I was a private family's Black History Month celebration, and they spoke truth in every direction they looked. And I left there with feelings of uncertainty. I left there with feelings of embarrassment. I left there with feelings of shame. But I also left there with feelings of inspiration that I could do more and do better. And asking how I can apply my skills, how best I can serve the Almighty with my skills. As that's always the question I've asked my whole life. And maybe that's where Greg and I and Margaret connect. Greg's invitation to the next Saturday meetup came a couple of days later, and he says, with a handwritten note, bring something to share. I knew I was on the hook to share something from my heart, and how could I not? I mean, everyone was setting the bar was so high by speaking truth again in every direction they saw. That's how real life ministries works, as I came to understand, is they open up difficult topics, things that are already inside of us when we're going around, and they open it up. And so we realize we're not as alone with our difficult topics or difficult subjects inside. And to just put them right out there and to bring them to the Almighty and put them out there for us all to handle together. And we'll do that. I'm so happy for Margaret and Greg and their whole family and the Real Life Ministries family and community celebrating 30 years. Here's to 30 years more and then some. And also Margaret and Greg, the whole community, thank you for giving so much of yourselves to everyone else in the world and sharing the healing and hope of a more closer walk with God. Thank you.